What is going on, my guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Garrett with Game by the Beach. Still playing this game, Rush Royale. The game is great. I've heard some recent mixed feelings about when you get to a certain trophy count. If you get to like 4,500, 5,000, I've heard that there's been some difficulties. Um, but as of right now, I'm still having a blast with this game. I am around 4,200 trophies, something like that. This is, again, not live gameplay. I was playing this earlier, but figured I'd talk over it. Still so pumped about the last video. If you guys haven't seen the last video, we played my dude Phone Cats, Chris. It was so fun to play against you. It was a really good game, and it was just funny to match up with you. But if you haven't seen that, guys, check it out. It was awesome. But here we are, jumping into a game here. We are still rocking that same deck with the Hex, as well as the Priestess and the Mime. And then we've got our normal units, which are the Boris, who is the best card in the game, and the Plague Doctor, who, man, I still really like the card. I think people have kind of been undecided about him, but he's got great AoE, and it's a lot of fun to play with him. So we're still going. We're still climbing up the ladder, and season ends come December 9th. So we do have a bit more time. I said this in the last video, but I think they pushed the season's end just basically because they've got some new things in store and they needed a little bit more time to get them into the game, get them implemented. So don't have a problem with that. Still going to keep grinding, see how far I can get. It's already helped me. I already have a new season high or a trophy high. Rather than if it had ended December 1st. So no problems there. I'm assuming that a big update is coming because all the people that are saying that they're getting to these trophy highs and then they're facing bots, and it's basically like everyone's running the same deck and it's just luck dependent on if you guys win or lose, basically. So I'm assuming they're going to take out the bots. I'm assuming they're going to update the main screen, so those two like grayed out tabs are actually going to be something that you can play with. I'm assuming that they're going to implement some sort of clan into the game. You can see right there in Warlock, I was actually able to switch the hexes. Love when I'm able to do that. But enough about all that stuff. Let's jump into the actual gameplay here that you guys have been watching in the background, because who actually watches me? Not even myself. So here we go. We're playing against Mart Snake. Okay, he's running an actually interesting deck. He's got the Cauldron, he's got the Plague Doctors, Sharpshooters. Love the Sharpshooters, love the Plague Doctors. Boris, of course. If you have Boris, you're going to use him. He's the best card. What else does he got? He's got the, I don't even know who those pink guys are. Maybe those are the guys that come down and take your units. I am not sure. I'm trying to look at the top of the screen. But so far, so good. So we are winning by just a little bit. You can see I'm trying to combine around kind of tactfully. Combining right there. I had a nice combine, getting a bunch of Borises. I want to get the hexes in certain areas to where you can actually benefit the most from them, because you have 4 opportunities to connect to each hex if you have them somewhere in the middle of the map. If they're at a corner or if they're on the side, then you only have 3 opportunities rather than the 4. So fun fact right there. Oh, he's got the Demonologist as his other legendary card. I think another thing that they're going to update is, so the Demonologist and like 7 or 8 other cards are all legendaries. So I originally thought when you are playing with a legendary, you can see at the very top of the screen, it is a crown. So Boris has a crown for its icon. But you notice the Demonologist, if you look at its card description, is also a legendary, but it's not a crown. So you see he's got 1 hit there, 2 hits, 3 hits. That is a victory. You love to see it. Going through the rewards, deal 30 million damage or something like that is one of the rewards I'm trying to do. But we're jumping right into another battle, pushing through here, just waiting to see if we can connect to it. I think more and more people are actually learning about this game, playing this game. So I think this update is going to be really, really huge. So again, the scariest part of this deck right here is the very beginning, because you can kind of get screwed to where you don't have any damage dealing units. So right now I've got 3 hexes and a mime. I try to combine out. I got a tier 2 hex, try to combine out, got a tier 2 Plague Doctor. At least the Plague Doctor does a little bit of damage, especially if it's tier 2 or tier 3. But really in the beginning, you just need a few Borises, or Bori, as I like to say, and then you're going to be in decent shape. So we're playing against this new guy. I'm not going to bother trying to see his name. It looks like he has some weird letters. Oh, maybe he doesn't actually. Camo. Yeah, I'm not going to pronounce that. Just in danger of if it's a bad word or something like that. Who knows? So far so good. He's rocking with the Wind Archer. I've really never given it much of a shot. I think it's kind of like Walmart Boris. So if I have Boris, why run Wind Archer? But maybe they work really well together. Who's to know? So he's got the Wind Archer, he's got the Sharpshooter, Engineer, Priestess, and then he's also got that other. I see again. I think that other card is a legendary. I think that's the Summoner. But if you look at the top, it doesn't have the crown as a legendary. So I'm not sure why that is. But the Summoner is actually a pretty sick card. So I've talked about Harley Quinn, the Mime, and Dryad. I think that's how you pronounce it. All three cards are, you can kind of combine into what you want. You can upgrade or make a copy or something like that. This card, the Summoner, is similar to that. So you combine and you get a tier 2 or tier 3 or whatever it was for that card, just like normal. But it also puts another card on the map that's random. So you're filling the map quite easily, and you can just keep on upgrading, tiering, leveling up, all that good stuff with ease. So it's a pretty sweet card. I don't have it, but I played against it and it's pretty sick. So you look at my deck, it's my board is not very pretty. I've got a tier 3 Priestess and 2 tier 3 Plague Doctors. I was trying to hold out on the Plague Doctors, leveling them up or combining them to a tier 4 because maybe not during a boss, but during the normal gameplay, 2 tier 3 Plague Doctors are pretty good. They'll take out good damage. I hit him with a Cry Face because look at my board. It's not full. I was having a little bit of a hard time getting going in this game. You see, I only have I actually have 3 level 1, tier 1 Borises. And I have 1,000,000 Plague Doctors. And, here we go. A combination and another Plague Doctor. Combination of tier 3 Priestesses, another Plague Doctor. But during the regular gameplay, it's really not that bad. You see, I'm leveling up the Plague Doctor. I'm like, hey, man, if I've got 2 tier 3, a tier 2, and a tier 4 Plague Doctor, I'm just going to keep leveling them up, and they're gonna serve me well. So hopefully, eventually, I'll get a bunch of Borises, maybe a few more Hexes, and then I'll be in really good shape because that's the combinations I'm looking for. I'm looking for instant kills. I'm looking for a massive amount of Plague that's going to kill all the enemies all at once, and then a high fire rate of Boris just firing at the group, taking a bunch of stuff out at a time. So now you look at my board, and it's actually really pretty. It's got a bunch of, maybe the Hex next to a Hex isn't great, but bunch of Plague Doctors, bunch of Borises. You kind of love to see it. And we actually started winning right here, where he's probably pretty happy with his board as well. He's got a bunch of Sharpshooters, Engineers, and Wind Archers. That's the combination he's going for. And right now he's still losing. So I can definitely see why that's frustrating. I kind of lucked out to where my high tier units are all damage units. Usually I'd want a tier 4, tier 3 Boris, but taking it as a Plague Doctor, at least it also does damage. So I'll take that any day of the week. We've got about 10 seconds from now to the next Gorgon. We should be in better in a better shape to fight this Gorgon than the last one. He's getting right to the end of his board, but he is surviving for another round. So now you look, we're taking this Gorgon out like it's nothing. As he froze a couple of my units, we started having a little bit more trouble, but we should be able to take this guy out eventually. He's getting right to the corner. I don't know what happened, but he actually ended up killing the Gorgon faster than me. And at this point, I'm like, man, I took a hit on the first Gorgon. The second Gorgon, he actually killed faster than me, even though we had such a fast start. I don't know what happened there. I'm like, man, I don't think we're in a great spot, but I'm still trusting my poison guys. Noticed I haven't even changed my board almost at all since like a couple rounds ago, or even like a few minutes. It's been like 2 or 3 minutes. I haven't changed my board. All I've been doing is pretty much upgrading and cycling in like 1 or 2 cards because I want to keep all my Borises. I want to keep all my Plague Doctors, and I want to just have them putting out as much damage as possible. So if you look at the bottom, I've got a maxed out Boris, maxed out Plague Doctor, and a level 4 Hex, which it's actually really important to upgrade or level up your Hex because that's what increases the percent chance that you're going to get an instant kill. So it really is important. Every time you see that purple, you just see it right there. That was a combination. There's like 6 in a row instant kills with those purple skulls going through. You can see we're holding him to the middle of the map. He's getting to the end. He does have 3 hearts. We've had 1 this whole time. There's a hit. Oh, it was only one hit, so we're still holding on for dear life. He's getting to the end. He's definitely annoyed. He's definitely scared. 2 hits, 3 hits. That is a victory. That is as much of a comeback win as you could possibly say right there. We were holding on with one heart for like 5, 10 minutes. So definitely a fun win. Here we go. The last battle, I actually, because we got 2 wins on the ladder, which is, as you guys know, is good for me. I jumped into, for the last battle today, a co-op battle because I still think this game and this mode is really, really fun. And you get to see some more unique decks. I should really do a PvP ladder deck, and then for one of my other decks, a specific co-op battle deck. I think that would be really good. But for right now, we're using the same deck. And this guy that we're playing with is actually pretty funny, and his deck's pretty cool. He's still got the Cauldrons, he's got the Frost guy, he's got the Boris. So notice he has 3 units on the top of his board who are all legendaries, and they have crowns. So Harley Quinn, I think Harley Quinn is a legendary. Maybe she's not, but I think she is, and no crown at the top. So I think that these are like the little things that they want to update. I'm pretty sure they just wanted to push this game out and see like what people thought, and then just kind of go about it and send updates and improve and improve and improve. And I don't mind that at all. I'm glad that I've been able to play this game for like 2 weeks now, maybe more. And they're just going to continue to evolve it. So we'll see what happens. They haven't even had one update yet. So everybody who's complaining about things, I'm assuming that they're going to fix these things and it's going to be in pretty good shape. I hit him with a thumbs up because he's got that troop that comes down and improves my unit. So I love when I see that. As we go throughout this match, you can see that his board, man, is crazy. He's got like 1,000,000 Frost guys, 1,000,000 Cauldrons, and basically my board is full of Borises to where I'm just taking everybody out. He's slowing everybody down. He's upgrading my stuff, and I'm upgrading my stuff, obviously. So I'm the one putting out all the damage, but we're working together, so who really cares, right? But that's kind of how he wanted to play this game, and I really do appreciate that. And one of the things I like about co-op is, when you first start out, I always say, especially with this deck, it can be a little hairy, it can be a little scary. But with having a partner helping me out, you're never going to lose in the beginning. So it's much easier for me to get to a spot that I want to be at and build my board the way I want it to be built. Theoretically, I should say, because not every time. I got a tier 3 mime right there, which isn't the end of the world. At least if I get another tier 3 unit that I don't want, I can just combine it right out. But that would really be another mime or a priestess. If it was any of the other 3, I'd pretty much keep the tier 3, even though I don't really know what a tier 3 or tier 4 or tier 5 hex does. I don't know what that does, but I know if you level it up, it increases the chance for an instant kill. But if you level up its tier, it doesn't actually, I don't know if it does anything. So as you can see, we're both taking out the Tamer. We killed it about exactly the same time right now. He's got a bunch of Borises. He's got a bunch of Cauldrons. I definitely have way more Borises and a couple of random Plague Doctors, but they're not doing a whole lot. He's still upgrading my guys. I still don't know if that guy, if that troop that comes down and levels my stuff up, if he can choose. I'm excited to know if that's possible or if it's completely random, because sometimes it looks like he's coming down and specifically upgrading my Borises, but sometimes it looks like he's coming down and I think at one point he upgrades my tier 4 or tier 5 mime or priestess, and clearly that's not exactly what I want. I hope I didn't mean to move that. So we're still going. We're at wave 13. Really, if I can in a co-op match, if I can get past 25, I'm pretty happy. Getting past 30 is just really difficult. We got the Bedlam at round 30 or wave 30, and it's just really tough to take out. And then it's really tough and if you do take it out, it's really tough to continue to win waves because your map is all over the place. Like you have 30 rounds, 30 waves to make your board look exactly how you want. And then in one round, not even one round, it takes 10 seconds into Bedlam to mash everything up. So if we can get there, I'm happy. But, the goal is really to get through that. And of course, it's a co-op game. So you want to be able to have a partner that's doing a lot of damage and is working together and try to get past stuff. So I think this guy's pretty good. Fishka, My man always got the Harley Quinn over there. I already noticed that, but so cool. And you can see he leveled that up to a tier 3, and he got a tier 3 cauldron right there. So he's still playing the long game. He's not thinking 17 is good. 17's not too bad, wave 17, but he's pushing for more. He's upgrading my stuff. You see there, he upgraded my hex. Kind of random. Don't know if that's what he wanted to do, or maybe it's just completely random. Like I said, but we're still going. You can see here now, he's only got a few Boruses. He's got a ton of cauldrons, like I was saying earlier, and then he's got a couple of frosts, just the one frost actually. So he doesn't kill his guys very quickly, but he's upgrading my guys, and then I can help him out, and we can take the guys out together. So that's kind of how we set up. I'm the damage. He's the unique ability guy that supposedly helps me out and helps us out cooperatively. So wave 19, we're jumping into it, still pushing here. You can see I'm just kind of cycling through cards. I do think the co-op games go just a little bit longer, but I don't really mind because we're trying to push. It's almost like if you guys ever played like Call of Duty Zombies or something like that. This is the equivalent of trying to last that many rounds with a friend, and then the PvP is kind of like the regular, go online and try to win on a map or team deathmatch or whatever. I was never a Call of Duty person, but that's that can be the equivalent. So far so good. I shouldn't say just beat, almost beating. Now just beat the Gorgon wave 20. So now we're on to 21. We're still pushing. I've got a tier 4 Boris down there. I got a tier 3 Boris. I got a couple of tier 2 Borises, and I've got a ton of hexes. Right there, he upgraded my guy again. That's always good. He's still got a ton of cauldrons. So I think this dude has just like insane patience, because if I was him, I would be combining those cauldrons at this point. It's wave 22. I would want to be putting damage out onto the board, but he's still playing the long run. I respect it. So we're still trying to push here. You can see I'm killing all of his guys now. He's not putting out too much damage at all, but he's also still leveling up my guys. So he's kind of banking on the fact that I'm going to continue to carry this game, which I really don't mind. So far so good. We have a couple of Plague Doctors turned into another Boris. Now we got another tier 4 Boris. Still pushing. We got a couple hexes in weird spots, but so far so good. My dog's barking in the background. Hopefully you guys can't hear him, but if you can, then there he is. That's Adriana. But so far so good. We do have a tier 3 Priestess. Not exactly what you want, but if we do get another tier 3 Priestess at this stage in the game, it would actually be really helpful, because then we get a huge bump in mana. So we're taking on wave 24. On to wave 25. Let me know what you guys have gotten to on co-op mode, because the highest I think I've gotten to was about 31. I think I've beaten the Bedlam one time, and I know I keep getting the challenge or reward thing at the quest to so it's getting really hairy right here. It's getting to the end, but it looks like we're going to be able to hold on. But I keep getting the quest that says get to round 40 on co-op. Man, that's really, really difficult. You need a good partner, and you need a great deck, and you need a bit of luck, I would say, because this deck is just not that great against Bedlam. You kind of get screwed. Right here, you can see my deck is now starting to get a little uglier. I do have a tier 5 Boris, but I also have a tier 5 Priestess and a tier 4 Mime. So my deck's kind of looking a little sketchy now. I'm still trying to fill the board. Got another Boris. We still have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Borises on the map, and a bunch of them are very high tiers. So that's what's kind of fun about this mode, is you can get to this point. I would almost never get to this point on a regular match and a PvP match, to where my Borises are super high tiered. So it's always fun to see how far you can get. He levels up my Priestess again. So that is now a tier 6 Priestess. and a tier 5 Mime, just for good measure. So now my board's looking even uglier, but it's kind of funny, right? Because the stakes aren't very high. Like, yeah, you want to get to wave 30. Yeah, you want to get to wave 40. But you're playing co-op for fun. If you lose, you're not going down on a ladder. If you win, yeah, you get a little bit more rewards. But it's not really the end of the world. So if I look at his board, again, still a ton of cauldrons. He has almost no damage output. So he's putting it all on me again to take everybody out. Maybe now he's trying to start switching everybody into damage. He's switching into that purple legendary guy so that he comes down and levels me up. He hits me with a good luck. Yeah. I hit him with a thumbs up because we got the Bedlam. It's going to be a really sketchy wave. So here we go. I'm taking out the Bedlam super fast right now. He's down to almost 600 health. But look at this board. Now I've got a tier 5 mime, I got a tier 4 mime, a tier 3 priestess. We got things all over the place. We're trying to take him out. I'm trying to fill the board. Switches again. He's at 400 health. I've got a bunch of random troops, a tier 4 mime, a tier 5, 6 Boris, 6 Plague Doctor, switches it again, still trying to take this guy out. Tier 6 mime. I've got a tier 6 priestess again, of course. This is the last switch that I'm not even going to get another switch. So this is the board that I'm now stuck with, which I definitely don't like it at all. He's leveling up my Boris, is trying for the best he can. We got his Bedlam down to 350, 330, but that is as far as we got. We lost at wave 30. I'll take it. It was definitely a good game. And that will be the end. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will check you guys out in the next video.